Alrighty, so welcome back to the Cheap Car Challenge, guys. And look, it is an exciting day today because today we get to start putting it all back together. We've got the seats ready, we've got the exhaust sitting there in front of me, and as you've seen, we've been doing a ton more work to this car to get it to this stage. So when we first bought it there only 5 days ago from Flip, we paid some $200 for it, and it was absolutely filthy, as some will remember. So we've managed to rip out the seats, rip out the carpet, clean it all. It's now ready to go back in. Well, we've got the carpet in, as you can see, but the seats are ready to go back in today with all brand new seat covers on them, and they look amazing underneath. We even stitched up and sewed up the driver's seat, which I'll show you in a second. So we spent a couple of hours in the engine bay also, cleaning up and degreasing everything, and it looks $1 million in there, and I'm sure it's going to run perfect once we start it up, even with the amount of water that we use. So you really just can't kill them. So we are going to give it a full service too, and get to all the mechanic work soon, but for now we're just cleaning and assessing everything as we go. We've cleaned up the door trims, we ran the pressure washer on them. With the weather we've been having, look, it hasn't been an issue, and they dried out on the day, well, on the same day that we did them. So carpet took a couple of days to dry, and it looks $1 million compared to what it did. Let me just show you a look. So some will remember when we first bought this car, there was chips and crumbs and Mentos lollies, and look, there was just a ton of stuff, not to mention about $13 under this seat. So look, let's do it. Let's put all the seats in today. We've only got a couple of hours to do it. The backs need to go in, the bottoms need to go in, the driver and passenger seat needs to go in. And as I said, a couple of hours that we've got to work this morning up until lunchtime. We also need to try and make a start on the exhaust. We don't need to, but I'd like to. So this sports exhaust we picked up in our last video as well, and it's a 2.5-inch redback sports exhaust. So look out, it's going to sound absolutely amazing. And it goes from about the catalytic converter, or it does go from the catalytic converter halfway in the car, all the way over the diff and to the back of the car. And this is going to solve all our exhaust issues, because let me just take you around and I'll show you the one that we got with the car. And half of it's still underneath the car, all broken off. So if it looks like this on that end, you can only imagine what it looks like underneath the car. So anyway, we're going to remove that today, see if we've got a chance to do, to get round to it with time. We are time limited. We're going to try and do all that today, and also, as I said, get the seats in, start putting the consoles, trimmings and plastics back in, and see what it looks like. Seats are in, as you can see, and they look fantastic, especially with the seat covers on. Look at that, we've even got airbags. We don't, it's just on the seat covers. So they look amazing though, the floor looks amazing, the carpet looks amazing. There is a bit of a stain in the back there that we could not get rid of. We've still got a bit of trimming to fit on, to continue fitting on. We've got the side panel to put up there, that's why it's not all clipped down just yet, but the rest of it is all done pretty much, and it looks, as I said, it just looks $1 million. It looks amazing. So we've got the floor mats to go in there too, and look, they will hide a little bit of the stains that we could not get out. So since we've been puddling around in here, there's a spider, get out. Since we've been puddling around in here though, we have dirtied the carpet up a bit, so we'll just hit it with a vacuum very quickly, pull the seats forward, and then put the floor mats in. So it tell you what, it does make the job a lot easier when you've got 3/8 side impact rattle guns or ratchet guns like this, and also the battery gun there, the Ryobi. So back when I was 18, playing with a lot of cars, a lot of Commodores especially, taking seats in and out, I tell you what, it was a bit of a nightmare, because you had the little 6mm or 8mm Allen key there, and taking the seats out took about an hour per seat nearly, just getting those bolts out. So as you can see, we've still got the exhaust on the ground. We have not had a chance to fit it up just yet. It's coming on 11:30, and we do need to get out of here and get up and start shooting a next video at 12 PM. So we've got about half an hour to go, and then as I said, we're going to make a start on that. This afternoon though, when we get home from picking up the boys from school, we're going to make a start on the exhaust. We're just going to jack it up where it sits and jump under there, and a couple of bolts will rattle off the old flange and look, start fitting up the this new exhaust. So, and I cannot wait. And what I'll do too is I will start the car up. We do have it live pretty much. We've got the battery in, and if we hook up the positive there, we'll get power and we can start the car. We can give you a listen to what it sounds like before and then after we do the exhaust, and they're both going to be loud, but one's going to sound a lot crisper and nicer, and that's going to be with the sports exhaust on. So anyway, pack up time, and now we've done pretty bloody good. We've got all the seats back in. We need to do all the console plastics, fix up a few trimmings, put the exhaust on. But we can do that this afternoon and work on that. So anyway guys, that is it for us right now, right here. Well, as I said, we'll be back in a few hours to do some more. Alright, so welcome back there guys. As you can see, we are back at home and we are making a start on fitting up the brand new exhaust that we just picked up for $100 there last night. We're jacking the car up on the grass. We're being a little bit lazy. The trolley jack has pushed right into the dirt, and so is the axle stand. So anybody doing this at home, be very wary of that. If look, if you do have concrete, use it if you can. We do, we're just being lazy. And look, I'll put another axle stand under that before we jump under there, just to be sure that it is safe and it's not going to fall down on us. So I remember years ago a mate jacked his car up in the backyard there, and he actually jacked up on the floor pan. We've got it on the chassis rail there obviously. You can also jack up on the sill, but you will damage the sill and push it in. So we've got it right on the chassis rail there, but my mate actually jacked it up on the floor pan. He was underneath it, and the jack went straight through the floor pan. He was trapped under there for quite a while until someone found him, and he's lucky he's lucky he wasn't killed. So just be very careful. As I said, if you do have concrete, use concrete. So start it up. We're going to give you a bit of a listen before we fit the new exhaust, so you can hear what the old one sounds like. So how good's that too? This thing has been started up since we brought it home 5 days ago. So let's have a bit of a look. You can see there, right there where the exhaust is broken, and that's the muffler, and the tailpipe is broken off before the muffler, and you guessed it, after the muffler, and that's what's sitting out there over near the fence. So we're going to take off those two bolts right there. For memory, they're about a 16 or 17 I think. So we'll crack them with a ratchet or ring spanner, and then we're going to get the gun on them, because no doubt they're going to be tight. And so look, that's what it sounds like prior to the new exhaust going on. A dirty old Commodore sound. Race car spec, listen it, look out. So look, what we do have though, as you've seen, is the brand new, or next to brand new, 2.5 inch sports exhaust, and that's what we're going to get on here for this afternoon, and it's going to sound a whole lot better than that. So let's do it. We'll give you a look and a listen as we go. Out with the old, look at it would ya? What exhaust? That's horrible. There we go. There's no way we're going to fix that. That is just a complete throwaway job. So, and the rest of it, as I said, is sitting around the side near the pallet there, near the fence, and that's the same. All scrap metal. So let's get the next one on. Alright, we've got the last bit of the exhaust on, as you can see, just putting the tailpiece on. Unfortunately though, the rubbers that were on here that are going to hang this exhaust are all broken. So as you can see, they would have sat up each side and they would have pulled together in the middle, centering that exhaust piece. So instead of it sitting off to one side, it would have been smack bang in the center, hanging on those two exhaust rubbers. So unfortunately all we've got is some McKay rubbers there. And these are Commodore rubbers generally, or they do fit a lot of different cars, Ford included. But look, these are not going to work for what we need. You see, we put those on, they're just not going to, look, it's just not going to work. We're not going to be able to fit them, fit those rubbers on, and they're a lot harder to do anything with. These ones here, they are super stretchy. So look, even if they're broken, a bit hard to stretch them out, but they're super stretchy, and look, that's what we're going to have to replace them with. So we need to get to the wreckers and we need to grab some new D-rubbers, put on the back of the exhaust here. That's not an issue though, because we've got it all on. We need to just tighten up the brackets, the hose clamps, the exhaust clamps I should say, and then we can start it up, give you a listen to what it sounds like now. Well, doesn't that sound a lot better then? Look at that, perfect. Bob, 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 bob. Love it. So $100, best $100 I've probably ever spent. It's probably the cheapest exhaust you're going to find for this car. Lot better, lot better. And no big backfires when you back off the accelerator either. Awesome. Righto, that's about enough for us today there, guys. We've fitted the exhaust, we've put the seats in, we've done the parcel shelf. We've still got a lot more to do, and we can do that in future videos. So really hope you enjoyed. That is about it for us today. As I said, next time when we're back, we're going to move it off the lawn and get it into the shed and work on it some more. So I really hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you on the next.